Hey, welcome back guys, it's Pharaoh, and in today's video and for the rest of the week I will be showing all of my Rift Beast teams now that I've summoned a bunch of scrolls. I mean, spoiler alert, it's mostly twins. The Fire, Water, Light, and Dark team are basically just twins and Crow, consistent. Like it's, obviously for the Water one, Shayna has to come out. But I'm hoping this will help people to understand what they're looking for when you have twins in the equation for Rift Beasts, like what you can pull off, what you cannot pull off, and things that will definitely help improve your team. And there are some really, really massive improvements that I can do to the team. I'll show that when I show the runes, towers, skill ups, and things like that. But this team is definitely not where it could be. Like, it could be way better. The good things about this team: you have a ton of multi-hits. I mean, you have 2 water units, which is great. You get extra bonuses in terms of like damage when you have the element that hits that element hard. So water into fire, fire into wind, wind into water. So that just helps to have them in. But the water twins do a lot of damage anyway. Shayna's in here because the Sabrina can pull her and help to reduce that skill 2 cooldown. Mav is there to help reduce that skill 2 cooldown, and she is on Violent as well. The Mav and the Shayna are on Violent to help keep the cooldown time down as much as possible and have that skill up as much as possible for Shayna. And then she uses it right here, right before the wave comes up. But yeah, that's going to happen a lot, and that's the biggest issue with this team, is that the AI just isn't intelligent. Putting a Lapis in instead of a Crow seems kind of strange because you're going to lose at least 1 million damage, probably 1.5 million, just straight off the bat, losing Crow. The brand is huge, and he does massive damage with Scar. However, it is a much, much more consistent run when you have something like Lapis in there to help bring a second unit that's doing a bunch of AoEs. So Lapis is a great option. If you don't have Bastet, you can throw in Ergar or Fran, and it might work in some ways better to have an Ergar in the front instead of Bastet, and then a Lapis in front with a Vampire set instead of Mav. That could potentially do more damage. It's hard to say. I don't have the runes to. I mean, I guess I could just swap them around and check, but for the most part, I think this is kind of the team people are trying to build if they have Bastet, the twins with Bastet. So yeah, we will show the runes here real quick. These are the total stats on the Bastet here. Let me pull my face cam off so you guys can see all the stats. Okay, so you guys should be able to see all of the stats on the Bastet now, right here. The runes are speed, HP, and defense percentage with, these on the slot 1, 3, and 5, and then the artifacts are not maxed as well. That would definitely help to max them out. It is a huge bonus to have those maxed. Sabrina here on these stats. The accuracy could, be 2% higher to help, but she could just flat out do more damage, right? So she's on a pretty crappy one here. I mean, this basically just has crit damage and speed and a little bit of extra attack, but it could just be a lot better. A lot of these runes could be a lot better. That one's not bad, but it's pretty mediocre in my opinion. Again, nothing is maxed here. I mean, skill 4 crit damage obviously isn't going to do anything. Co-op attack damage is great for the twins, though. I will say a fantastic deal there to have that. The Talia has these stats here. Definitely, she's probably the best rune. Her and Bastet are... Mav is pretty good too, but Talia has very nice runes. She is on Blade Violent. She took the Homunculus runes, and then he had a speed one on. I threw an attack percentage on for the Rift Beasts, but I'm very, very happy with this set in particular. Yeah, I mean, it's a beauty. Yeah. Again, not maxed artifacts. That really hurts. I mean, you're getting 92 extra attack, which is massive, if I get these maxed out. So that's that one there. I then had a Shayna in the team. So these are her total stats. She is the slowest, I believe. Good crit rate, but a little low on the attack and the crit damage. She is on Violent again to help the with that cooldown you have. Not the best runes, not terrible runes either though. It's hard to replicate such a good violent set that I have on the Talia though. Now one maxed artifact here, then this one is not maxed once again. So the Mav is sitting here. We have these as the total stats here. Nice, nice speed, nice HP and defense, and he needs it. He's frontlining in the Fire Rift Beast. He has got to be as tanky as possible. The Revenge doesn't make any sense. This is just what I had on Airgar, so I just moved everything over completely the way that it was, and yeah. So definitely not a bad set here. I don't think it's bad. The artifacts are bizarre. 12% life drain. And then not maxed in terms of HP and defense, but I'm just trying to get any extra HP and defense really that I can on them. So the last one we're missing here is Crow. These are his total stats. For having 83% crit rate, I watch this guy miss crits constantly. It is insane how many crits he misses. I don't know. I thought it was more like 70% based on the way that I've seen him play, or like 65, but I definitely need to get that higher. And you've got an element neutral unit like Crow here, you definitely have got to get the crit rate as high as possible. So not a terrible fatal set. Relatively, middle game set though. Damage taken from stuff is down. He has life drain, he has attack up effect, so this one actually makes sense. And he is maxed because I maxed his artifacts out like 200 days ago or something. Extra crit damage is lower. Skill 2 crit damage is cool. Skill 1 accuracy is cool. So his artifacts actually are relatively good. So Crow's not terrible. He needs the crit rate up, and more crit damage would be great as well. Just getting him on a rage would help a lot. So I'm going to throw my camera back on. So with all that being said, those are the 6 units there. We can then hop into the towers and check those out. I'll get back to the skill ups in just one moment. But these are the total towers here. Go through that kind of slow for everyone so everyone can just see it. There's just too many projects. You guys know what I mean when you end up with stuff where it's like you need to get this attacker up, and at a certain point the general attack thing is just so high. It's 675 here, so it turns out to be a lot of points there, and so there's that. But yeah, I'd love to get those towers up higher. I've been grinding Arena relatively hard, which is funny because I have 15 wings sitting here, but I have been grinding it pretty hard. Another big issue with the team, the Bastet is fully skilled up. However, and the Mav is too, because he's just a 3-star. But the Sabrina only has 1 skill up into each skill here. The Talia has 0 skill ups. The Shayna has 1 skill up into skill 2. So I'm missing a ton of damage on these skills. Talia hits absurdly hard with this skill, and the cooldown time coming off on all of this stuff. So there's a lot to be desired from this set. I mean, this skill going off every time she moves, it's going to go off. So I definitely need to get skill ups into them. But the tough thing is, like everyone else, I have no Devilmon. He doesn't have anything for the Second Awakening. I don't think that he needs to. I mean, it's all good if you can, make the fodder or whatever for Crow. But the biggest thing is the twins need skill ups, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get them in with Devilmon or anything. So anyway, that's all for this video. Again, the team is 80% win rate, I think, in the Fire Rift Beast. But very simple upgrades, just making Shayna better. Fully upgrading the artifacts, getting those up, grinding things up, and getting towers up. It's skill ups. It's all going to help. Everything is going to help. They can't get any worse. So anyway, that's all for this video, and I'll see you next time.